Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
We were discussing on Friday, you want me to show how this multiple work the accounts for recruiting agency users. How we're gonna see how? How do you use the if you yes? What happens in this tenant? We were not able to create any word that counts, but I really, show you I'll show you the screenshots as well. Most and the agency user is skin stem we have named actually this is what we are done. See in both day, you see each and every object. They have an integration ID associated with it. For example, a job profile will be having integration ID, a compensation grade will be having integration IDs, and compensation creates grade profiles. Each and every object in work there will be having an integration ID associated with it. How we can check those IDs, right? See view reference IDs. We can go and check and we get to know this integration. But if you want straight away, you can go here. This is the integration ID view is recruiting agency user 6-48. This is the ID, right? If you want, we can go view reference IDs also, agency. See, this is the recruiting agency 6-48. Right? We can check this into this we can use by using this task. View the difference ID or straight away we can go to the object and we can check those things that got what right. That is what we do for this. And when we create work there, actually, but this is a straight away. We can go to this actions. Security profile and we can create work that is going right. We can create and what happens? Once you go there and give security profile, create what the account option will be there. You'll get the top view. Once you click on that, it will ask for, new password, very new password and all. You can do and you can configure that work that on the big creative. That's what I mean. But then there is a different task to create this. For this, what we're going to do is we have to access the task, create a be tested. We go to tenant and put, because for that create work that wants in real time, would we use the EIB, or do we do it the other way that you showed us? If it is bulk, then it will be like this one. Here is our functional consultant. It's a company is what happened. You know there will be a separate team for that integration. They won't be doing much tasks, but they'll take help. But however, I will just wanted to show, because once we enter into functional, then probably slowly we get experience into a lot of things, right? Then we can move into technical. But ideally, I would suggest you to go into functional. We'll go to get data. What is it telling the get data section? Select what I worked there. Here we need to select the web services. See if it is book hiring and all the hire, also hire employee services. We can select that also. But however, in this we are doing for the Workday account. Account services, we need to select. Add Workday account services. That is what it is. See you add Workday account services on the web services operation. Next, and work it out once at the new integration system. Information, and I'm not required to do again different things. I think it's correct. As for select, confirm, checks and click submit. Enter a unique value for each role, recruiting agency user. What we have to actually generate the spreadsheet. Then we have to do template model, general spreadsheet. See, they had, restricted this Workday account settings actually in the system. Even work at Create Workday account. Business process is also not working. Often I try to check few things, but then I'm not sure this will work or not. However, I'll show you the process. At least you will get an idea. You can, send to the interviewer like what are the A's. You are done. Because you are putting one up to us, right? I have done hire employee web services and I've got that. This, you can say this one. Those two things. Two things you can put it individually. I'll give you one sample CV, probably by this. You'll see that is not quite not satisfied with that. Then probably I'll try to get from the recruiters. Do you want me to check with the foundation guys as well? No, not really. No, I don't think. They will. They will do what I can. This is me. Whatever you're talking about is related to the recruitment. I think you know one thing. Once you're in the job section, each and every day, you'll get some idea because you'll be practicing right every day. What happened? You will also get some ideas. What are the things you learn? You put everything in the right. Whatever you don't know, don't put. That's what I said. As I said don't. This is actually each and every content which we are loading for that test. But she will be there. But we will take care as a one. And the CP, you things are optional. Few things are required. I think we have to give this reference for those users. We'll try to do that. But just going into the system, spreadsheet key any entry value for each. That will be. I'm just giving one. As I said, we put our agency user ID. Including the user ID, we need to go there and we need to get that. For this users we are giving. Actually, we are creating right. We will go here. Just try to integration ID. Recruiting agency. Is that? And go to the section. We'll go to the system again. We'll go here. We'll go here. We have to say this by. We had one actually. For 2 users, and we are going to launch the integration. What they're going to do is, CVR, scheme. We are just taking on. We are uploading it. Now I just wanted to give validate only load or add errors to attachment. Why do you give this? You know straight away if you're uploading this document, you know what happens. If there is any errors, it will go right. Just to cross check if there is any errors are coming. First separate, and we just want to validate those things that it's right or wrong because it will show the errors if there is any problem. That is the reason. I'm just wanted to validate first and I want to find out if there is any errors because we are not very sure. Sometimes the document will be correct or not. I'm just giving the option as validate only loads add errors attachment. Once I click on that, the integration will actually run actually. It will try to upload. I feel in this segment this can enter. Let's see. Because I've been training. Also this happened. Security issue. But how I'm showing you the process. At least you'll get an out. Automatically see number of errors already to showing one. Let's see. Because the details of the files. See when you go to output files, original data with errors. Failure report that actually. We'll try to open this and find out what are the items. See validation occur. Employee reference. Integration does not exist for employment of things. This is not important. We'll go to the excellence. This is the one. These are optional. Employee reference. This is correct. I'll try to upload here. Like this one. Once the document is getting uploaded, it will be successful and what they want will be created. Like this. But how about the errors that it's throwing? Do we have to correct it? We have to correct it actually. But then even I try to do. See, this is optional, right? See, I have given employee. See, this is contingent worker employee reference. I will still, it is showing errors. That is the reason I said right. That is the reason I was thinking to show or not, because it will not execute correctly. But in real time, when you launch the integration or schedule it, and then some errors, straight away, you can go to security profile, whatever the name. For example, a person named XZ. Go to his account security profile. Create work there manually. We can do very easily. What when we cheat? This is what we do. But how are they will give all those, this total, the ideas, and all the good git will give, and easily we can do there. I don't think we'll get there. I know they will do what I didn't do. Actually, not much idea on the. I'd love to be honest. This is what actually happens. At least you know the process actually. We will get to know once once it is uploaded correctly. This recruiting agency, they'll be having work there. While they need work there, then only notification will go to them actually. That is the reason notification. Now, what they want is not that notifications will also not go, and what they said that this is. This will not work. I take some other people and I'll just give you an overview how it happens that they will get an idea. And every automatic notifications for recruiting agency users. This is like create a Workday account for a recruiting agency user. I assume that we already created a Workday account for a couple of users, right? Now we need to post a job to the recruiting agency career website. Scenario would be like as the recruiting administrator for XYZ's support. Let's say you will assume SkiMS on it. You want to create a Workday account for, like as SkiMS10, the newest high rate and external recruiting agency. You also want to send a customer custom email notification with her signing details. You also want to notify all users of that recruiting agency whenever you post a job to their website. Whenever they want to post, job or no, it is that they can post. Actually, they can notify them. That is the reason we are setting up this notification. For this, actually what happens? We need to go to Edit Tenant Setup Notifications. I think that is correct on the check. That is the problem. That is the reason. I know. I was just thinking to show or not. However, There is a default email settings on the section SMTP configuration. Just now it went up. We are to ensure that is, there are not in the notification delivery settings. There will be a business processes like recruiting business process. All those steps will be there. There you need to select this business process on the custom business process notification row. There will be an override parent notification. Once you click this override parent notification checkbox, there will be a root prompt which will be showing there where you need to select the correct channel and immediately as the email channel frequency. You need to select that. What I will do is for this, I will take a screenshot of possible. I'll try because nowadays what is difficult, I'll try to get some other tenant. If I get this, I'll at least show you for 1 minute or 2 minutes. It was possible tomorrow. I'll try to get to tomorrow as an email and from the related action menu. See, once this routing rule that enables email channel frequency as email frequency is set in this, edit tenant certification. Next step would be, we have to go to related actions, menu of the Create Workday account business process definition. I'll show you. You're not talking. That is the reason I said. Once I click on that, it will not work. It becomes people. I'll take some other VPN and I'll show you how it's coming out. Just because almost similar. From the related menu of the Create Workday account business process definition, select business process, add notification. How to set up notification? If anybody is asking interview questions, you can go to business process, add notification. You can tell them the simple steps. We can go to the business process straight away. Assume that this is Create Workday account business process. Just want to show you a few things. At least you get an idea. You are to enter an effective date. Date anyway, we had already given. Select completed from the bigger on status form. That means this notification should go once it is completed. Or which one? It will get on status. Yes, it should be completed. We'll select this. Select recruiting agency user has sent from the group's contact. Select recruiting agency. Win this game. This is. Why are you thinking that depart? You know, when we create any agency users, they will be added in this field. That is the reason we are selecting this group, as you know. Also in Etsy. And in the message content, add a subject and body for the notification image. In the message content, subject should be here, a second. What is the subject? Workday. Just I'm showing not the in interviews or not. They will never ask you this. questions and all, and most probably what will happen. This notification settings and all companies, they are ready. They will set up everything there 90%. It won't be much useful. But however, I want to show because since you asked just for an idea, subject line, this will be the subject and body of the mail. We can configure what they're given. This is an automatic notification that about the headphone has been created for you. You will receive separate emails containing your username and password. The content which is showing from this is an automatic to username and password. This, we're going to copy and paste it over here. And what happens? Automatically that notification, that setup will be there. And once we are accessing this, create recruiting agency user pass. That's it. Notification. I think just cancelling that it will go actually once we configure this text. Because this is different one, right? In the recruiting agency field, create recruiting agency is a task already. I think we are created. We'll go to our agency. Especially external data side is much important. There you can tell what are your then. All those things. You can, impress the interviewer in such a way that we are done. The storytelling is very important. The story, how you are going to tell the script. That makes that makes the interviewer impressed actually. For that, you need to prepare a script. Also know everything. Once the course is finished, you try to prepare a paper or one paper, one page, something, and you present that why. Because that script is very important. Introduction skill. Later he'll ask questions. You will answer. That is depending on your knowledge. But storytelling script is very important. Seriously, that will make you 100 successful track the interview. This is a key for success. When you are explaining about your most recent project, you can tell Shekuntala, see, I have done implementations regarding, the job application cookies and all I have configured. I was able to populate security groups. Each and everything you can tell I'll show you tomorrow onwards how we're going to populate it. How entrepreneur tell you same thing. You can explain that. What happens? It will make you impressed. I mean the interviewer will be impressed. These kind of implementations like branding, site by configurations, all those things little, when you're telling that is what it helps actually. They'll think and nobody can engage whether a person is real time or outside. It's a bit difficult, but the interviews we feel well easily we can crack. I feel 70 to 80% easily we can crack. But one interview will be different from other interviews. One interview in first round of interviews, what happens? They'll only ask theoretical questions. Like the way I said, only theoretical person. They'll ask, that's very easy. When I've taken, they will from an or first round. Only theoretical easily. I can't answer that. Because of that, I got rejected. But however, rejection is actually, a better thing in the initial state that you can learn. Seriously, that will help you a lot. But each and every interview will be different. One interview will be very tough. One interview very, very easy. But you never think that it will be easy once interview is done. Over this happened, then only you'll get to know. That's what the interview will be. A different experience once you learn perfectly this recruitment. I feel maximum 3 to 5 interviews you can crack. I mean each and everybody. If you really work hard, if you really prepare well, if you really have that subject, then I feel 3. Because the interview questions which I will give maximum, it will cover 3 or 5. That too, I'm telling. 5. Also it won't with recruiting. You can crack within 3 also if you really have that subject. That is why I say you're recruiting. You can see yourself. I think we are in the same place. I'm not sure. When I'm explaining, I forget. This is the one user which you created. I think that is right. See what happens when we create those users and all I'll show you. It's better to show than only recruiting agency name. You will give first name, all those things you're given. But here you can add emails. This is the email, for the users, this agency users, this notification will trigger actually the note, the email address, what we are going to do here. But this email address, the notification will be there. We have configured right. However, we didn't do perfectly because of the tenant issue. It also, we have to give this email address, which I'm assuming that it's a real time like that. I'm just telling because there is no tenant. No, I try to tell them afternoon, whatever. Please check with them on the branding also. As I said, you're going to need to ask them. Then only I can take 45 minutes of session for that and I will explain you. Just overview, I'll that you feel confident. Tomorrow you can configure each and everything because that is very important. Right? When you design everything, when you see them, you get that confidence. Actually, you try to check with them because I said multiple times today also that should be from your end because few things. I think that's the reason I say every day. In the recruiting agency, we'll select Gmail's recruiting. These are all name and all email address, alex.morgan. Whatever that email aid, primary work. Right? There will be a checkbox before. They will automatically select this checkbox from the agency, user-related action. Select security profile as I shown and it's shown. See, this is the agency user. Let's assume that this is the user security profile, right? Since then it is not there. It's becoming a big headache actually. Once you do on the username generate random password, you can check that box, you can create. That's it. Account will be created and the notification will also actually trigger and access the create calculated field task. This is not much aware, but I will try to show for this. I don't know the explanation, but however, I'll show you what happens. But why do you use the calculated fields in real time? I would say what happens. See, when we want to manipulate few things, we will not be able to fetch some data. Actually, when we are not able to fetch the data, we create some calculated fields. This will be done by the reporting team. We give particular data and get, for example, I've done a lookup range band, I guess, for generating expensive report. What happens in that scenario? How long the reports? See, usually the report payment will be done in 30 days, right, in the companies. If there is any delay, we need to find out how long it has been, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, 150 days. To find out those, I used a few calculated fields. That time I think lookup range band. I think it will give a text field, I forget. And it's been a long time, more than 6 months to fetch the data we use. Actually, those things and all, but again, a business object, each and every function. That will be this. I was not aware of this aggregated related instance, but then you want I'll just show you. But how it impacts I was not very sure, but in this, that is the problem. There's a random password it is created. I will show you. I think we are done all those things. That is, in this tenant, I was unable to show this thing. That's the problem. Calculated fields also. I can just show you. But I had this aggregate related instance and all how it gonna impact, not very sure, but I can just create and show you just for your reference. What field? And I'm using this reporting team. There'll be expertise in that name. We can give an business object to whatever they need them. But you're not going to get many interview questions. Don't put anything in the calculated field. They might ask, do you know anything in there? No, I didn't use. You just don't put anything on the calculations. You put the done for bulk hiring, all these things you say, and you tell some reports. We can put some name, business objected, it's post job. Based on this, it will impact. Actually, which of this is because of? Because for this post job, we are creating this calculated field and functional. What is the function? We will use this. There are a lot of things. A lookup range, but n number of things are that again, that's technical. Aggregated related instance we are to use just I'm telling nobody's wishnet. This is not going to. Not required? I think not required. Because what happens? Even I didn't use also just wanted to see. This is very simple, just to give you an alright over your idea. Because you might be knowing by the employee of services at least one web series which you used. You can also create something, job recognition, and you check and you can see how it's going to impact. But again, I didn't check in this tenant whether it will work or not, because everything I'm actually checking in this tenant because a lot of people they're using right. When I'm trying to explain you something, there should not be any problem. Today also, I configured and troubleshooted a few things for job application. A lot of mess up happened. I tried to fix some issues for job application. I'll show you how I have fixed those errors. Tomorrow anyway, we are going to start the job application, but how I fix those errors? Because see, when we design normal business process, that is different. But when you design this job application, maybe this is very quite complex one, but it is easy, only not that great tough one. Or if you put your, if you focus more, you can do it exactly. But I'll show you how I had done those things today, because tomorrow is the class, right? Just I was planning for that here for this class. I tried to do my best. However, nothing has worked for me. But actually it gave a very good picture of how the process happened. And those were the agencies and all a few companies they'll not use, and there's notification already. They will set up templates and all very easy. No issues on that. VP job application. That job application, any job application you can take. I had fixed few things. I'll show you for 10 minutes that we can consume the time myself, because tomorrow when I'm explaining, it will be easy for you. Got it? I'll take 2 pages separately, and this 15 minutes will actually help you a lot. You can design by yourself, and that will be really helpful to you. When you go to job application business process, this is a dynamic one. Tomorrow I'll go and explain theoretically, practically each and everything. Today, we'll step how I will. Suppose I have a security group. I want to populate it over here. How can I do that for review state? How can I do that for screening state? How can I do that for assessment state? How can I do that for interview state? How can I do that for upper stage? It will be a bit confusing, right? But I'll show you the easy one. Let's go and edit the dynamic definition, because you can create your own security group. You can create your own security group, and you can actually populate the security groups over here. See here, recruiter skins. Earlier it was something, her should nobody. No, her will do actually. Reviewing the candidates, recruiters will only. I tried to fix for this. I given 4 security groups. At a short manager skins will come compensation partner skins. If you want, you can use the security groups for everything. It will be populated. But still you want your own security group. For example, manager Shakandala, recruiter Shakandala. I mean, you want to clear your own things. You can do that. That is the reason today I'm explaining this. 15 minutes sufficient for that. I want a security group to be adding over a review state right here. Recruiter should be added. What I need to do, I'll go to next page. I'll show you for this particular here. A review state. If a security group has to be populated in the job application for a review stage, what the security group is. Very important, and just for your information. I'm showing for knowledge. Nobody will ask this, but you keep this in your mind, you'll get that subject knowledge and confidence. Well, when you're growing by yourself, seriously, I'm telling, what I have done is I just went here. Business process policy, edit. I have given. I just went to see here review, right? Who can do actions in the business process, right? Shakandala. I went here, him and the Rishma Ritma is there. She is here. I just tried to populate. Yes, they're very important. Rishma, you can design your CPs by yourself. I mean, you can stick on by doing by yourself. I would say you can stand in and do it by yourself. And yes, use a lot of confidence, Here I try to populate. Please go ahead. Will you be giving like a set of sample interview questions or anything like that? Interview questions. I'll give you minimum 50 interview questions. I'll ask you some 70 to 80 subject questions. And real-time scenarios. I'll give you 6 plus few small scenarios. I'll give you 7 overall, 7 to 13. I'll do once. Probably I'll try to do 6 or 7 by this Friday. You can just go through that. Any doubts? I'll explain small scenarios. Once this is designed, your work will start. You need to work harder, then only you know. Yes, grip on the subject. Yes, in this review stage, I had given the security group actually scams. See here, you can see I have given all these managers skins recruiter, skins compensation, skins or partners. Ideally, recruiter will be state right. See, I'll show you if I have wrong. If I'm wrong, you can check. Yes, you can do by yourself, and I want you to be doing by yourself, totally designing the job application. You have to do by your hands. That is the reason I'm explaining this. See here the recruiter, I was able to populate here, right recruiter, and we have to attach this recruiter skins in the topmost organization. That recruiter will review the job application. He can, based on his performance, he can reject or take to other states. For review stage, if you want to populate any security group, this is the money. What about other steps? I want to be doing for screening assessment interview reference sheet. For screening assessment interview reference check. How can I do? Simple. Go here, I'm telling again, job application, business process, edit business process, security policy, and we already given for review security groups, whatever we need. Reference check is there, please. Please see here screening assessment interview reference check. See here reference check. I have given. I'll show you for your knowledge, this and all. See manager, I had given recruiter, I had given compensation partner, I went up partner, I even. Whether it's populating or not, you might ask the question. I'll tell you for screening. Right? I'll go here. Security group. I will check whether my security group is working or not. See here manager schemes. Is there recruiter? Is there compensation partner? Is the hard partner? Is I given directly for it? Screening also, we are done. Review also, we are done. And let us go to assessment. It will happen here also. You can check in assessment also. No issues, assessment step. Is there right? Here, it need to be populated. I will go here again, assessment, review, screening. We are done. Assessment, see here assessment. Yes, I yield on this. See, one more is also done. It's populated over there, and I will show you whether it's working correctly when I'm designing the BP. This will actually populate for each and everybody. It's not only for me. If you want, you can use the security group for you. But I would suggest you to be doing by yourself and do that creativity that you will get that confidence. I think this I have done. Review I was shown. Screening I was shown. Assessment I was shown. Now I'll go to interview everywhere. Interview. Steps will possible. Steps will come there. It will actually populate. This is interview, right? I will go to that same. Where is the interview? Where is a... See here interview, right? I had made my group 1, 2, 3, 4 and I want to show you whether it's there. Yes comes. I'm just giving you the basic information that you feel confident tomorrow. That's the reason today I'm taking this interview. And how about reference sheet? See here just a moment, reference sheet. Yes, I hope this week you guys will be busy by doing all these things. CA manager. Whatever security groups you select in the business process policy, when you are trying to create the steps, they're going to auto-populate there. Is that correct? Correct. See job application. We are going to job application and for reference check, we are adding particular security group. Once we add here, we have to do. What do we say? That's step, activate pending policy. Write exactly that needs to be done, else it will not work. Right here, it will populate here. Whatever security group you want, even you want to create anything. Whatever name you create, it will populate here until it not for employment agreement. Right now I shown for a reference. Check your reference, check it. No, it's not about step. It's about reference check, all reference check. Even you go to phone screen, you check in reference, check the one which I created. It will populate. See here, understood, write all the steps. Assessment step. It will come. I'll show you in assessment. Also, I'll show you in assessment, also reference check. Just a moment. It is because you have selected all for security. Yes. Tomorrow you need to create your own group and you need to make it populated. That is the reason I'm showing this like this. It will happen and you might be wondering like you are shown for review, screening, assessment, interview, reference check. What about offer employment background check? It is not there, right? See here review. I shown you reference check. I'm showing you interview. I shown you phone screening also. I shown assessment, also shown where is offer, where is employment agreement, where is background check. There is one that you might be thinking, but again, one more step is there. Simple, let us close this. It is not there. However, you can go directly to DP the offer. Anything we can take because it will impact everybody. Right? You can do anything. Open for Magna will give again business process policy. We go to business process policy, edit. In this, who can start the business process, initiate action, offer step is there. You need to populate that group over. See skills. For I have given right. I'll show you in the offer. Also, it's not about offer. Wherever it is tested anywhere, offer is there. We can launch it, even interviews also. When an interview stage will be there, offer also will be there. This is offer right. In interning, we are checking wherever offer is there, that particular there it has to populate. Whatever I created, then only I have done it correctly. It's correct for offer also. We have done. What about the employment agreement? Same thing. I'll do one thing for this. 3 is the stand we have to go by this way, BP. The other one, what is that? Employment right. Again, business process policy. Edit we can do, actually, you know the step. Also, like I would say, business process security policy for one hand area. What is a B? We can go, but directly we can just come here, right? It will impact everybody, all the total tenant. It will be more, I would say. But why are these steps not included along with the phone screen assessment interview? Is there a particular reason? See what happens. When a person is going for interview stage, this security group will take action on them. Understand. Tomorrow I'll explain. You see, today is just how to get populated over that. The security group. Tomorrow, I didn't, explain anything on the job application. You assume that tomorrow will be a fresh topic, fresh introduction, just this BP in the designing. I'm just telling very important. That's the reason I'm just taking it. And what you asked is also correct because you know what happens in the interview, who will take the actions. The security group has to be there, right? Shekantala has to see. Manager will like. Suppose a candidate is going for offer stage. Who will actually do? Probably in offer stage compensation partners. I know those groups will take action on them. In the job application, we give those security groups actually here to design because see, there will be no sequential over here. If a step is executed, then B has to be executed. But here it is not that. Even you are sending a candidate, that's true. Even you are sending a candidate for employment agreement or background check again, you can send the candidate to an offer stage. Because no offer stage, it will not offer. Because sometimes candidates, they'll change their mind. Sorry, I'm not interested in opportunity. I want the much package. You can again send back the candidate to offer stage again. There will be again a process. His offer will be executed once again. That is the reason I say, like the possible steps we have to design for that. If you didn't, in background check, if you are not designing offer, state that you cannot move the candidate to offer. Let's see, tomorrow I'll explain those things. Don't worry now, you will be confused. I don't want to do that with guys. And again for background check, you might be like that. I've shown sorry employment here. You add that this is the one. And quite easy on the no, it shows. Actually, it is not here. It's not a background check. Here actually sub. We went up recruiting here. It will populate. Even for me it took 5 minutes because I was giving on the top. However, it is not populating. Then I checked the descriptions and all. Sometimes we do mistakes, right? Here, I was able to populate the security group. Then this background check word. Actually, tomorrow we'll do our security group when we are designing for our job application skills. Very populated over here. I just shown you. Just for your knowledge tomorrow when you are reviewing this class, you can do by yourself. That's what my intention to develop. Tomorrow we are going to start freshly on job application. Very, very important. Please stay focused. If I finish by Friday evening, then I'll try to do some small scenarios. At least you'll get an idea. At least you can send the candidate. Even you may not be able to do exactly what it does on the scenario basis, but however you get an idea. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.